As we reach the conclusion of Masechtes Zevachim, Behemois, Oifos, Minchis, and Zevachim, after a long and challenging and difficult Gemara, how about a short and quick but helpful Chazara? At the start of the Masechta is where I begin with the concepts and klolim in a nigin. To learn is good, but not to chazer is ma'akev. Remember what we learned. Shine l'cho ha'kosuf la'akev. A psul machshava. When a korban is brought, when during an avodah hamakeves, an improper thought, during shchita, kabbalah, halacha, and zrika, except by a knife, which starts with melika. Shaloi lishman may be good, but you're not doing anyone a taiva, although it is ksherim, loy olu l'balim l'shem chayva, kol hazvachim shen nizbechu, kachim or kalim, shinu maisa, shinu kodesh, or shinu bailim, behemois that were brought, bineder, or nedava, oifos set aside, mifureshes, or stama, l'shem zevach, l'shem ishim, l'shem zevayach, l'shem rayach, l'shem Hashem, l'shem nichoyach. Chuslam kaimai can apply to basar or dam, to do in the wrong place, achilas mizbayach or adam, chutz lizmanoi, not on time, not kichosoi, you will watch a yakriv, hamatir kimitzvasoi. A kayin must be learned, not in amaoretz, to make something pigul and hurt himself, karis. Lechem aponim, without the bezichim, you may be able to pater, depending if you hold a mefaglin v'chatzia matir. Is pigul a machshava, or must it be a dibor to passel a korban yachid, not by a tzibor? Kizayis, and all the svadis. Kizayis ukizayis is that iruv machshavas. It stood in the azara and brought forth a reyach, 32 square amos, the outside mizbeach, yisoid and soivev, and the arba keronois, hazoyos and chirayim, and the dalid matonois. Up the kevesh she climbed, past the soivev and kronois, onto the makam hiluch hakahanim, to place the matonois. How did he turn? Where should he begin? Kol pinois shata paina lo yiu eladerech yimin. The drushois and diyukim of the psukim in Vayikra, what was spritzed above or below the chut hasikra. Are the sharayim ma'akev? Are all the matanos needed? Is it lechiyuv or the mitzvah? What if it's spilled or depleted? The exact location of the mizbeach was always a riddle. Was it to the north or the south, or right in the middle? Can a yoshev or a small burn the emurim? How about an einin or a tamei, or a mechusar kippurim? Mishkan, Gilgal, and Shiloi, the basar and damim, noi v'givain, and the base ilamin. Is kedusha rishayna, kitcha l'shaita? Does the kedusha extend forever on vaita? Where exactly? We learned in Gemara, was each avodah performed in the azara? On which part of the mizbeach was done the zrika? Where was the kayin when he did the malika? The halacha l'moshe Sinai of chatois hamesis, Rosh Tevis of the Simna, to remember the 5 cases, Kipru Baleha, or Ibru Shnoso, Mesu Baleha Vlat Chatos, Utimurasa, the charts and calculations, the Mishnayis in Kinim, a Chatas Oif, and Oilas Oif, a mix-up of Minim. How many burns? She won't know what hit her. if she was Pirsha Mishnei Minim and Kava Nidra Dam or Ivarim, what to do if there was a mix-up. The Mishnah had a machlokes, how to do a fix-up. Yishafech la'ama, the Rabbanon instruct the Kayin, but Rabbi Eliezer is mater, he relies on Rayin, Kinim or Kaisais, or Hanisanim lemala, Tmidim and Balei Mumim, or Hanisanin lemata, Asham and Shlamim, what to do with the Chatiches, Dam b'dam, how to handle the Zrikis. Do we say it by Dam and Basar? What about Zevachim? Do we also hold Balachayim, Nidachim, and Oif, that is Tameh? What does Melika do to the Basar? Is it like Shchita, that is Mataheres, Shreifasa, Mitumasa? Oilas Oif goes above, and be sure to be Mavdil. Chatas Oif goes below, and of course, below Yavdil, the Oila is squished and then burned complete. The Dam Chatas is thrown, and the Kohen ate all its meat. The rule so exact, it is almost Yekish. Does a Dover Halamid Bekavachimer, Chayzer Malamid Behekish, how to darshin the Midas of Rabbi Shmuel Oimer? Have you ever heard of a Kavachimer? Ben Benoish Shal Kavachimer, a Binyan Av followed by a Hekish. We try to uncover a Kavachimer or Mematzinu followed by Exer Shava. With Chulin we can darshin, but for Kachim we must be Aimid. Do we go Basar Malamed or do we follow the Laimid? No machlokes in Perek Ezehu, Mikaiman Shel Zevachim, Shlamim is Kachim Kalim, but Nisnufa and Esachim. Chatas is Kachim, Matan Dalid we learnt. The Oila is Kulai Kalil, completely burnt. The Shamei Tzibur on Shavuos, along with the Shtei Halechem. A Bechor is a Nifta, K'dushasai Meirechem. The Asham is eaten for a day. Not so by Eshlamim, Zrika Ushvicha, how to apply the Damim. A Limud from a Pasuk, some are even a Chayk. Kayin and Balim together, Tnufas Chaza, Bishaik. The 40 Lachmi Taida, Chametz and Matzais, Necholim Becholair, Ad Chatzais, Lon or Yaitza, Absul Kaidish in any Eifin, Shreifa, Nirva, Muksa, or Yaitza Daifin, Kol Shapsuloi Ba Kaidish, the Mizbeach is Kailit, Im Alula Yerdu, but what if it was Pilot? The Kahanim performed their Avodah, always with Zvizis. Dam Chatos on a Beged required Kibus. Cooking of Karbonis, the Blias when Tifer. Kashering the pots with Marika Ushtifa. No earthenware Keli together with its cover. No other Eitzah, Kokli Cheres, Yeshava is washing in cold and hot. What Marika and Shtifa is about. Or is it similar to a kais to wash inside and out? Let's chazer some klolim that we may call miscellaneous, but each memra is nitzchias, nothing extraneous. Every mishnah and halacha, each svara and gemara, how else to remember? But chazara, the chatas required, keren etzba and chuda. Do you recall machsheves hinuach? According to Rabbi Yehuda, kvasim and izim, elim and parim. Remember the chiddush of the ziknei dodim. Oila sa'if andremis mizrachis, which had no yisoid. How malika was done. Avodah kasha ad ma'oid. Minchas and dava is brought with shemen and levayna. Not so by a minchas saita, which is levarer avayna. The layout of the Beis Hamikdash, does it sound like a mishmish? The Azara and Heichel, the Ulam and Pishpish, the Shulchan and Ketaydas, and its special Rayach. No Zara was allowed, Bein Ulam Limizbayach, is Bias Mixos, Shema Bia. A nevelas of Torah is metama in the base habliya. The halaga avoida in big day kahuna with a klishadis. Not a tamei shanaga, but she'achal gets kadis. Matnis kahuna, all listed in the Torah. Chazav Shaik and the Irais, like Shemen, Shamatzaida, Achilas, Kachim, the Kayen is Misamayach. When he eats the basar, not Lachmai Shal Mizbayach. Every memra is so important, each one so spectacular, each klal and yisaid, now part of our vernacular. Chatas Apnimis, Sor Himashalayach, Matan Bahainois, Hefshit Ventuach. The cleaning and washing of the kerev ukrayim, a murim on the mizbeach, after the tamid sheben abayim, kerbanos of Shabbos and musafei yomim toivim, tadir v'shene tadir kaidem. All the steps lead to the avodas domim, shnayim shem arba by toida and shlamim. The dam is mechaper, which brings on the ritzoi, pouring or smearing, zrika or mitzoi, mincha or oif for an oila v'yored, ebehema for an oisher. Does it ever make a difference if something had a shasa kosher, bedek habayis or kedushas damim? One thing you must be maida. Once it becomes kedushas aguf, no way to be paida. A diuk or drasha, changing pshutoy shal mikra, each word and each letter in Sefer Vayikra, the complicated garsois of the Bach or the Shita. Where do we learn from? Tekef smicha l'shchita. How the Kohen stood when he did Kiddush Yadayim at the Kir in the Azara. Did it flow with only Mayim Chayim? Is it burnt in the Beis Hadeshen or right there in the Beis Habira? Kol shebechatos meisa asham nituk l're'iyar. An Amma of the Mizbeach, Shevet Yehuda, was typhus. By a bird we say, Ein Tamas v'zachrus ba'oifais. There is Me'ilah by Kachay Kachim, and also by Kachim Kalim, not according to Rabbi Yossi Glili, who holds its mom and bailim. A mincha of soiles, nisachim of yayin, michusar evarim by an oif, not a dukin, sheba ayin, is serve a heter. How much is a little? Do we rely on a rive or need more for bittul? Do we follow the Mishnah or Brisa? Aninas Laila, the Rabbanon, the Raisa. Was it Tuma or Aninas or a Psul Kodesh that caused Aaron to burn the Sa'ir Rosh Chodesh? In the Gadata we find the Meimabel was not Nigzar al Dogim Shebayam. When exactly was the Shmua that caused Yitzroy to come? Beis Hadeshen and a Shamaracha or Nisim Gluyim. Was Moshe a Melech or a Kohen Gadol during the Meiha Meluim? Shchitas Chutz or Halah, a Kohen Gadol, where is the Hazara? To Shecht or to be Makriv outside the Hazara? Can one bring a Chiyuv or only a Shlamim or Oila? When one is Makriv on a Bama, a Ketana or Gedolah? During Kibush Ha'aretz, during the Machamois, was this a Shas Isser or Heter Habamois? Were there minchas? Did the Bamois have Nesachim? Were they other Chayuvim or only the Psachim? Kol Eile B'yois Heichol Al Yisaydoisov Umigdash Hekdish Al Mechoinoisov Ashrei Ayin Rasa Oheleinu Haloi Lemishba Oizen Dovo Nafshenu. May the schus of our learning Visiyedov Lefonecha Hoshev Esavoida Lidvir Beisecha. Let us all daven B'neshama Porim Sifoseinu to be Zoicha to Mashiach, Bimheira v'yameinu.